guys, this is Luke again, and welcome to the 500 subscriber Q&A Spectacular. About a couple weeks ago, I surpassed 500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And I was actually planning a Q&A, because I haven't done a Q&A since that live stream I did ages ago, when I turned 17, and I'm nearly 19 now, so. But now, I wanted to try again, and now is the perfect time to do so. So you guys sent me some questions on Discord, YouTube, and even a couple on Instagram, which, there was only like one on Instagram, but still, you guys asked a lot of questions, and here is the video for where I will answer them. So, I'll be starting with the first question. McClunky wrote, "Congratulations, still sad to hear about your family tragedy. I'm very, very happy for your milestone." 2 questions. 1. What initially got you into Ninjago? And what characters do you want to see return in future seasons? Okay, so for the first question, what got me into the show? I just happened to saw it on TV. I just happened to see it on TV one day, and I thought it was cool. That's really what it comes down to. I just saw it on TV one day because back then I was a Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon junkie. And back here at my parents' house, or trailer home, whatever you want to call it, there was no internet, so I couldn't access sites like YouTube or some other sites like Google. I couldn't access them, so TV was my alternative. So I watched a lot of Nickelodeon Cartoon Network shows. And Ninjago happened to be one of those, and I thought it was interesting because I liked the idea of it, and I got hooked on ever since. As for the second question, what characters do you want to see return in future seasons? Pretty much any side characters. Like, for example, Scott. I would love to see Scott come back. I would love to see Benthomar come back. Vanya come back. Who's another one that I want to come back? Misako, I'd like to have her come back once again. The villains such as the Overlord, I want to see the Overlord one more time, and then never again afterwards. Maybe Moro if, he becomes a full-on ally. Maybe the Time Twins again. Cryptor again. There are so many characters that I want to bring back that would just be too big to fill in this one question. But thank you for asking, McClunky. Blech. Arguably my biggest fan of this channel, Contagious Loves 1D, typed, "What is your least favorite episode of Season 1? That's gotta be Once Bitten, Twice Shy, the 8th episode. Mostly because I never really liked the whole lovey-dovey stuff Jay and Niet did. I'm not into romance stuff at all because it seems too mushy, I guess, and it's very corny and very cheesy. And also, I didn't really like his true potential all that much, and I know what they were trying to imply with the whole be yourself thing, which is a good message. But I think they executed it in a really weird and awkward way, especially with the way he actually got it. He got it from being kissed on the cheek. Need I say more? Contagious, I think that's what it is, also asked, "Which of these 12 quotes do you think is the most annoying? Only one can remain. The power of positive thinking. What do you mean by we? You're the only girl ninja. Such a smart little ninja. It is time to rule. Fight fire with time. The treadmill was invented in 1818. You gotta have faith. Revenge. The treacherous deceiver. Or that one comment clutch powers or fraud powers made about the skeleton Hageman." Some of these are just laughably bad, so they're just funny because they're so bad. Like, it is time to rule, such a smart little ninja, fight fire with time, the treadmill was invented in 1818, revenge, I had to do it, and the treacherous deceiver. Those are just funny because of how bad they are. The others are kind of annoying to a certain extent. You gotta have faith was just repeated so much, it's like, yeah, we get it, alright? The same thing could go with the power of positive thinking and only one can remain. I don't think only one can remain is that annoying because it's a message spread over the course of the entire season and not within a single episode. That's why I don't think time control everything is that annoying. because it was more of a whole season thing rather than just a complete episode thing. The power of positive thinking was said like 5 times in the span of that single episode. What do you mean by we? I just hated the way she said it. Just pissed me off to no extent. What do you mean by we? She sounded like a spoiled little girl, if you ask me. You're the only girl ninja, or you're the girl ninja. That one really got on my nerves because that's straight up sexist. What's the other one? I think that's it. If I had to pick, which one of those is the most annoying, I'd say, I'd say either you got either the power of positive thinking because it's literally said it 5 times in that one episode, or you're the only girl ninja because it's straight up sexist. So one of those two annoyed me the most. Now this one, I have a bunch of questions, so I might not answer them all. So Ninja Fan Trailer Productions, I think that's your name, because the when I had to crop all the questions in, so some of them I might not have remembered, especially considering you typed them in such a large way. You typed them like in like a block. So sorry if I missed your name. So some of the questions you asked, are you creating YouTube videos on other pieces of media besides Ninjago, like Marvel or Star Wars? No. Ninjago is my wheelhouse, and I'm gonna stick there. What initially got you into YouTube in the first place? This is a bit of a personal note. It was at first YouTube was just a way, because back then, if you know, I was depressed back in 2018, and I think in a way YouTube, when I first created that first account that got got disabled, it was a way to just alleviate that. It was a way to alleviate the depression, because it was like I finally had control of my life, because I am a massive control freak, and control freaks are this controlling because they have no control over their life, and when they do, oh boy, it's such a sweet feeling, because it's like, now I finally get to control what I do. So next is, are you planning on future projects like your Ninjago What Ifs? I have one in store, and I think I might have made a video about this ages ago, but I never really had the chance to do it because I have a bunch of ideas rolling in that good old brain of mine that it just got lost in the sight. Are you going to be in future collaborations with other Ninjago YouTubers? Yes, on their channels and on mine. I have a collab list written down on my phone of certain collab ideas that I want to do with them. As for them to do with me, I don't know. I would have to talk to them about it. What is the one thing you regret about being a Ninjago fan or a Ninjago YouTuber? Ooh, that's a good one. What's one thing that I regret? I would say my Twitter. Account. If you didn't know, for a while, for about a year and a half, I had a Twitter account. But I said the most stupid crap on there, and honestly, it made me more controversial than I needed to be. And at the end of the day, after one too many backlashes with what I've said, I decided, you know what, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it at this point anymore, so I decided to delete the account. Why would you record videos months in advance? It's smart. It's just smart to do that. Especially if there are days when you don't feel great, like you're feeling sick, or you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, and you're just like, I don't feel like making a video. So you just post one like that, and you don't have to worry about it, because you don't want to have to like scramble to make a video. It's like doing a project at last minute. You just don't want to be in that situation. Is there a video you regret making for some reason? Oh yes, my ships tier list that I privated. If you didn't know, one of my tier list videos was on the ships, like Ninjago romantic pairings or platonic pairings. And when I watched that video, to me it just comes across as me being a homophobic asshole. So I decided to private it. And what makes me more upset is that that was my most viewed video at the time, nearly getting 2,000 views. And the reason why it's privated and not deleted is because of the view count. If I have a consistent tally where I keep getting like at least 2,000 views per video, I will delete it because I can make it up for it on the next video. Are you planning on creating a second channel in the future? I do have a second account, but I don't know about a second channel. I was thinking about making I think I made a Twitch account, but I just never used it. If I do happen to have like a part-time job or something in the future where I could have some time to myself and live with myself, I would probably, hopefully I want to stream games on Twitch because I loved making those gaming videos for a while, but then after a while it just didn't work because no one was viewing them, and they just stopped being fun, especially when, as you can see here, I have a bunch of console games over here. These are all Xbox 360s, by the way. All I was doing was playing mobile games and, games that I got it from Google Play, which those can be fun at times, but they're only fun after a while. After a while, they're kind of the same old, same old. And I wanted to play these console games since I actually think these console games are better than indies. It's just like, I'm just so used to it at this point that, it just, I don't know, gaming's in my blood, and so me stopping gaming content on my channel was a hard decision for me to make, honestly. I could make a second channel entirely dedicated to gaming, and I probably wouldn't care about the growth. I wouldn't care about the growth of it. But the worst thing is that I might forget that I have this second account, so I might have to, again, scramble, like I mentioned earlier, just to get a gaming video and a Ninjago video, so I had to make two videos at once, which is it's just possible, since I've made multiple Ninjago videos over the course of a single day. But gaming videos and Ninjago videos are not the same, as we all know. One could be 5 minutes, and the others could be like 25. So I don't know if I will create a second channel, and if I do, it'll most likely be gaming. Either that, or I might stream it on Twitch. Who knows? If Ninjago were not to exist, what would you be doing instead of creating Ninjago videos? As I mentioned before, probably gaming videos. I mean, yeah, gaming videos are pretty hard to make nowadays because the gaming content is so oversaturated. It's basically impossible to gain any growth because of gaming. It's hard to do that anymore. So, unfortunately, that's it for the YouTube questions. Now let's move on to Discord. The Ice Ninja Nation 2 asks, if you were to hit 1,000 subscribers, what would you do with that milestone? Honestly, I have no idea. It's way too early to predict, and you can't control how fast or slow my channel will grow. I could be instantly get 1,000. It may take me another 2 years to get to 1,000, like it did for this channel. Who knows at this point? Who knows? So, I honestly have no idea. Do you have any favorite snacks? Cheese puffs. Or not the Cheetos, but they're, I don't know, they're not the Utz kind. They're some standard cheese puffs. They're literally called cheese puffs, not Cheetos. Cheetos are different, honestly, because they're much thinner and they are more crunchier than cheese puffs. What's your favorite kind of music to play? I'm into rock and heavy metal music. I was born and raised in a rock and heavy metal household, so I have a slight advantage in that. But I do like basically any type of music at this point. If you could have any powers, what would you have? Well, any powers you have, what would you most likely have? If I have any powers, I'd most likely either telekinesis, because I'm a lazy motherfucker, or two, to ability to go back in time so I can correct my mistakes that I made in the past. Go Go Jonathan asks, "Are you in college?" No, I am not. I did finish high school online with this Chromebook that I'm using right now, but we haven't really decided what we're going to do after this. So I'm kind of in a limbo state right now. Do you have any younger siblings? No, I do not. I am the youngest child. What other shows do you like other than Ninjago? I watch a lot of other stuff, but Ninjago stands out to me just because it's one of the first ones that I remember watching, like, clearly. There are some other ones that I remember watching, and I like them every now and then, but they weren't series that I were, like, hooked onto, like the way Ninjago was. What's your favorite video game? It's actually in this collection. I think it's right here. It doesn't have a cover though. Let me get it. It's this one. It's called, as you can see here, Spec Ops: The Line. The reason why I love Spec Ops: The Line is because the story it has is incredible. It has. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you have an Xbox 360, definitely get that game because it's really good, and I want you to play it because the stuff that it has will blow your mind, honestly. Speedy asks, "Do you have any siblings?" Yes, I do. I have one older sister. Lotus asks, "What temperature do you like your pillows at?" I don't know. What fridge do you have? I don't know. What's your favorite Cheeto flavor? Again, I don't eat Cheetos, I eat cheese puffs. What phone do you have? Oh, shoot. Samsung Galaxy A1. What lies beyond the void of space? Hell if I know. Can you rewind time? I wish. Have you seen other shows? Yeah, I'm currently watching the first incarnation of Beyblade that came out before I was even born. It came out in 2001, and I was born in 2002. So, yeah, before I was even born. What brand are your shoes? Dude, are you stalking me? I think you're stalking me. But let me get my shoes real quick. They're champions. They are champion shoes. What's your dream car? I don't really have a personal car per se. That's if I even drive, because anxiety and stuff. My asks, "If you become an actor, what kind would it be?" A voice actor. I I'd love, because I noticed the difference between, like, doing live action, like a live action sitcom, like Modern Family, versus a show like Ninjago, whereas with voice actors, you just read off of a script and you just read it off and just express emotion into your voice. Whereas with live action, it's way more than that. It's You have to perform actions, you have to be like memorize your entire lines, and it's just, I think it'd just be way too much of a hassle for me to do live action because I'd probably get very nervous because I have trouble remembering stuff, especially when I'm stressed. And when I try remembering, lines, I just can't do it. I just can't. So reading them off when they're right in front of me is just awesome because I can just have to worry about memorizing them when it's literally on the paper. At least I hope it works like that. If not, I'm royally screwed. Minibot says, "Do you like any other robots besides Zane from Ninjago? From other video games or TV shows?" I don't know. Not many shows that I watched actually had robots in them, shockingly. But I do remember one, because I was going a dive down memory lane and rewatching old shows that I grew up with, because why shouldn't you? And you shouldn't be embarrassed to watch old shows that you grew up with, even though you are an adult or a teenager. You shouldn't be embarrassed. As long as nobody else knows, it's really there's really no harm to it. But I was rewatching one of the old shows I watched up, which was called Yo Gabba Gabba, and there was a robot called Plex in there. So I do remember Plex. As for my video games, eh, oh yeah, there was for Dragon Ball. There was the androids, androids 17 and 18. I know they existed. If I can remember, I don't really remember a lot of robots in there. Um, Maybe I don't know if that counts. But yeah, I didn't watch a lot of stuff with robots, and sorry. Lord Garmadon Studios asks, "Congrats on 500 subs. Thank you. Where was your favorite place to live when you were younger?" Um, I think I mentioned this, but there's a place in my state called Windmill Point where we usually stay at one of my dad's friends' condos for about a week. And it was really fun, especially considering there was a pool within walking distance. You could walk there, and it was right there. And it was really neat, and I just loved it. And unfortunately, there were some incidents especially involving the death of my dad's friend's wife, and him possibly selling the condo. I don't know the full details, unfortunately, but we haven't been back there for a few years, and I want to at least go there one more time before if he does sell the condo. Also, do you like Star Wars? I haven't caught up with Star Wars in ages. I heard the community is trash, beyond trash, from what I heard. There are some sexist, racist, and misogynistic people and homophobic people there, so I'm definitely not gonna join that community. It makes Ninjago's community look like heaven on earth, honestly, compared to Star Wars community. I haven't seen the movies in years. I was thinking about rewatching them, but I usually like watching TV shows over movies because they're shorter, and I don't really have a good patience scale, so I usually watch something short just so I don't lose my patience and go like, how much longer? Cole Cyclondo asks, "What is your favorite non-Ninjago fandom?" Believe it or not, this is actually the first fandom that I've actually ever been a part of. Um, because usually, because before that show, before Ninjago, I was too young to participate in a fandom, honestly. And because Ninjago has lasted for so long, it just really, you know, captivated my eyes. And I didn't even join the fandom technically until 2019 when March the Oni first came out. That's when I first had conversations with other Ninjago fans. So that's technically when I joined. So Delilah, the Pinterest Mindroid, asks, "One, congratulations on 500 subscribers. Thank you. What's your favorite Zane scene of the show?" Ooh, I remember making a video about that. Oh, oh, eh, I don't know. I have a hard time choosing because they're all so good. But I think the one that stands out to me because it's the one that kind of traumatized me for a while was his initial sacrifice, his first one, not the stupid season 11 one. Um, that one really hit me hard and it made me cry for ages, ages, and I even had nightmares based off of that one scene, honestly. And believe it or not, I even told my mom about the nightmares, and she nearly blocked that show for me watching that show. So I actually, but I told her no. If you block it, it would just make me more upset. So yeah. And the other question she has is, and besides Zane, what other character would you be in the show? Hmm. Hmm. I'd probably want to be Cole. I think Cole would be a good option, or Kai. Cole or Kai would be a good option. But if I had to choose, if for a villain, I would love to be Moro. I would love to be Moro just because, I would seem hostile at first and then get understood and, be much friendlier. And as for side character, easily Bentho Mar. I just love Bentho to pieces. He's such a purity that, he deserves the world, honestly. And our final questions come from Bricks on Bricks, my friend from the Ninja Legends. What was your original thoughts on Skybound in 2016? I can't quite remember, but I knew that I was very confused when I ended it. I knew I was very, very confused because the ending confused me to no end. So at first I just didn't think twice of it, but then I just kind of hated it for some reason, most likely because of the ending. But I later learned to grow past that over time, not necessarily to liking it, but just good enough for me to not consider it a bad ending. As for the season, I still think it's considered one of the weaker seasons, even despite what everyone says, because it has a lot of flaws. Like the first 3 episodes it wastes basically 3 episodes for no real reason, and also the middle is very lackluster, and it and also the ending as well can be a little overcomplicated in a sense, but second question, what's your Ninjago Dark Age like? My Ninjago Dark Age probably lasted longer than most normal Dark Ages. Mine first started around 2016 with Skybound because I didn't like it. And then it extended to Day of the Departed because I didn't really like it too much either. 2017 because I didn't think twice about Hands of Time at the time. Get it? I didn't know about the movie, honestly. And then for as I mentioned before in that video I created about why I couldn't like the seasons 8 and 9, I was depressed at the time, and due to the dark and dismal nature of those seasons, they just made me feel worse. And Marchione was kind of when I broke out of it. So around 2019, the beginning of 2019 is when I finally broke out of it. That's when I finally felt like, I was okay. I felt like, that I was into Ninjago again around 2019, and then Secrets of Forbidden Spijitzu happened, which made me not like it again. And then Prime Empire came in, and it was considered the best season for ages, and then it became mediocre. And then Master Mountain came in. I thought that was the best season for a while. Then I thought it was good, but not great. Then the Island came, and that was shit. And then Seabound recently, I thought it was one of the best seasons, and I still think it's one of the best because I haven't rewatched it since that original one. I haven't rewatched it since I don't plan on it because I want to actually spend this time with the drought. Okay, third question. When did you start YouTube in general, not just Ninjago content, and what inspired you to do this? I think I already mentioned this one before, but 2018 I was depressed, and so I decided to make a YouTube channel to alleviate the depression. And it first started off with gaming content, and I didn't start Ninjago until sometime around late 2018. I don't remember what it was, and I don't think there's a way you can actually view it because I don't think it was archived because I didn't know the Wayback Machine existed. So unfortunately, it's probably lost to time, but I knew that I made Ninjago content on it, and I made gaming content on that. So that's where it started. So fourth question, who would you say is the one YouTuber that inspired you the most to start talking about Ninjago on your channel, if there is one? Personally, there was no YouTuber. I decided to do it on my own accord because I knew everyone else was doing it, so why couldn't I? But I understand what you were saying because I think that if there was one person that I did think about when coming to this decision, it was Daily. It was honestly Daily. Wait, no, I don't think it was Daily actually. Actually, no, yeah, scratch that. It was my own record. No, Daily wasn't huge back in the day, or at least not as huge as he is now, obviously. But it was a Daily. I got myself confused for a second. But it was on my own accord because I just decided, why not make a YouTube channel? Or why not make content based off of that? It's something I love. Why can't I? But that was back in the time when I was still in public high school, where your cred was huge. You had to have your cred, otherwise people were going to bully you and harass you, honestly. Um, and the last question of the Q&A, what is your favorite childhood snack and drink? As I said, for snacks, cheese puffs. As for drink, milk. And I still drink milk to this day. It's cold and tasty. I love that. But that is going to be it for the Q&A. Thank you guys for all the questions that were asked. There were some really good ones in there, honestly. Hopefully we could do this again sometime, maybe even at the 1,000, like Ice Ninja Nation said. We could probably do this again for 1,000. But I don't want to, like, overdo the format, you know? So I already did, like, the room tours, so that's not going to do it. Hopefully we could think of something huge for 1,000 when we get there. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Yeah. And click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell to see every video that I will upload. And I'll see all you folks in the next video. Bye bye.